Hello, this is Mrs. Nunes. Today I'm going to be reading aloud from the New Bedford Public Schools Grade 1 Reading Packet Number 2. We're going to be reading Lesson 4 from Section 2, How Chicago Came Back by Amy Kraft. After we do our read aloud, I will be going over the comprehension questions. As always, I would love for you to be following along in your packet and answering the questions as I read them. How Chicago Came Back by Amy Kraft. Chicago grows quickly. Long ago, Chicago, Illinois was a busy city. Many people lived there. Many people came to work there. The city grew quickly. The people built many new buildings. The buildings were made of wood. Chicago more than 100 years ago. Fire in the Windy City. One night started in a barn. How did it start? Some people say that a cow kicked over a lamp. Some people think that a milk thief did it. No one knows for sure how the fire started. How a cow could kick over a lamp. It was windy that night. The wind blew the fire from building to building. All the wood buildings caught fire. The fire burned for 3 days. Thousands of buildings were burned. A building burned in the Chicago fire. Helping the city. People wanted to help Chicago. Great builders came from all over. They used steel and clay. Steel and clay would not catch on fire. People had other new ideas. The new buildings had bigger windows. They were taller too. The first skyscrapers in the world were built in Chicago. A new tall building. Chicago today. People come from all over Chicago buildings. You can even go to the spot where the fire started. The Chicago Fire Department is there now. It's a great place to train firefighters. A view of Chicago now. Okay, we're going to go over our comprehension questions. As always, please go back into the text to help you find your answers. Question 1 from page 1 of this passage. Why were many new buildings being built in Chicago? A, the city had a lot of wood to use. B, the city was getting very old. C, the city was where many people moved. So right in the beginning of this passage, why were many new buildings being built in Chicago? A, the city had a lot of wood to use. B, the city was getting very old. C, the city was where many people moved. Question 2. How might the fire have started? Complete the sentence. Some people think that blank started the fire. A, a lamp. B, the barn. C, some milk. Some people think that a lamp started the fire. Some people think that the barn started the fire. Some people think some milk started the fire. Question 3 from page 3 of our story. What was the weather like when the fire started? A, the weather was hot. B, the weather was rainy. C, the weather was windy. Question 4 from page 3 of our passage. What happened after the fire spread? A, the fire burned many buildings. The fire burned for 10 days. The fire was stopped by the wind. Remember to go back to page 3 to help you. What happened after the fire spread? The fire burned many buildings. The fire burned for 10 days. The fire was stopped by the wind. Question 5. Why were the new buildings made of steel and clay? A. Steel and clay do not burn easily. Steel and clay can be found all over. B. Steel and clay make buildings taller. Question 6 from page 4 of the passage. How were the new buildings different? A. They were harder. B. They were taller. C. They were darker. Question 7 from page 5 of our passage. What is now in the spot where the big fire started? A. A train stop. B. Big buildings. C. The fire department. What is now in the spot where the big fire started? A. A train stop. B. Big buildings. C. The fire department. Question 8 from page 5 of our passage. Think about what has happened in Chicago. Now, why do people go to Chicago today? A. To see the barn. B. To see its new buildings. C. To train its firefighters. So why do people go to Chicago today? A. To see the barn. B. To see its new buildings. C. To train its firefighters. Excellent job. As always, I challenge you to go back and reread this passage on your own and to go over all of your questions and make sure that you found your answers inside the text. See you soon.